Welcome to the world of science fiction, where extraordinary tales come to life. Enjoy the journey. Cider, now shut up and listen. The words cut through the bar's ambient noise like a blade through smoke. This isn't some bedtime story. This is the reality I lived through. The storyteller took a long pull from her glass, the Kryptonian ale casting blue shadows across her knuckles. Around them, the bar hummed with the usual mix of freight runners, mercenaries, and people trying to forget which side of the law they'd woken up on. Nobody paid attention to another drunk spinning tales in a corner booth, which was exactly how she wanted it. This was 25 years ago, she continued, her voice dropping to that particular register that made smart people lean in and stupid people lean back. During the fall of the Tyrian Empire, when the universe learned that empires don't collapse, they shatter, and the shrapnel cuts everyone nearby. Cider shifted in his seat, trying to look bored, but his hand had stopped inching toward his weapon. Good. She needed him listening, not thinking. Let me tell you about the night the Bureau of Last Word sent their best killer after a woman who couldn't die in darkness, and what happened when he decided to change the script. The Corvid drones found their rhythm in the storm. 3 wing beats, pause, dive. 3 wing beats, pause, dive. Their metallic feathers sang against the wind, each note calibrated to harmonize with human screaming. Akita Nave had stopped giving them that satisfaction an hour ago. She hung from the rusted arches driven deep into the cliff face, her wrists wrapped in biocables that pulsed with low current. Enough to hurt, not enough to kill. The storm drove walls of seawater against her, salt crystallizing on her emerald skin between waves. Her black hair whipped like torn battle flags. The drone's talons had shredded her cloak to ribbons that now danced in the wind, leaving her back exposed to their methodical attention. Lightning cracked overhead, and in that split second of white light, she saw them clearly. 6 Corvid drones, their AI cores borrowed from Earth's old neural networks, upgraded with Tyrian cruelty protocols. Beautiful in the way that weapons were beautiful, honest in their purpose. Another wave slammed into her, driving salt water down her throat. She spat, tasting copper and brine. The biocables tightened automatically, pulling her arms higher, spreading her weight across screaming shoulders. The position was designed by experts, sustainable agony, the kind that broke people over hours rather than minutes. Still breathing, puppet. The lead Corvid's voice synthesizer crackled with static, almost lost in the storm. The interrogators arrive within the hour. Would you prefer to be conscious or unconscious when they begin? Akita lifted her head, water streaming from her face. I'd prefer you ask better questions. The drone tilted its head, a disturbingly organic gesture. Such as who's walking up behind you in this storm like he owns it. Kasrevik lit his cigarette with practiced ease, cupping his hand against the wind with the patience of a man who'd learned to smoke in war zones. The small flame illuminated weathered features for a heartbeat, sharp cheekbones, a scar through his left eyebrow, eyes the color of old gunmetal. The kind of face that made smart people reconsider their life choices. He'd walked 2 miles through the storm, his long coat snapping like a wet sail. His boots found purchase on rain-slicked stone with unconscious precision. Water ran off him in sheets, but the cigarette between his lips stayed lit. A small, deliberate miracle that spoke to either extensive training or inhuman stubbornness. The Corvids noticed him when he was 20 feet away. 3 immediately shifted position, forming a defensive triangle. Professional threat assessment executed flawlessly. They recognized him not as a man, but as a weapon in human form. Federal Bureau of Last Word, Cass announced, smoke curling from his mouth to mix with the rain. His voice carried despite the storm, not by shouting, but through the particular frequency that cut through chaos. Authentication code, Red 77 Tango. The lead corvid processed this for 1.3 seconds.